Hi, my name is Bijal and I am a bibliotherapist and founder of Book Therapy, a bibliotherapy and literary curation practice. I'm also the author of the book Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading. I curate book prescriptions and provide online training in bibliotherapy. More detail of this can be found on my website, www.booktherapy.io. In this podcast, I share my knowledge and research on bibliotherapy, including the latest developments, science, and book recommendations. Join me every week where we take a deep dive into bibliotherapy. We release 2 episodes a week. Voice notes from me, your resident bibliotherapist, and Ask the Bibliotherapist, book recommendations for what's on your mind. I hope you enjoy the show, and if you'd like a bibliotherapist in your pocket, you might find my book Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading, a helpful companion. It's available at any bookstore that you shop at. And don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and get new episodes as they're released. And as always, I love hearing from listeners. So if you'd like to get in touch, share any book recommendations or thoughts on bibliotherapy, you can do so at bijal@booktherapy.io. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to Bibliotherapy with Bijal, the podcast where we explore the healing power of books, words, and stories. I'm your host, Bijal, and today we're delving into the transformative world of scriptotherapy, using writing as a therapeutic tool. The term scriptotherapy comes from the Latin word scriptum, which means things written, and therapia, which means to nurse or cure. Scriptotherapy is an important component of bibliotherapy, and writing is a deeply personal and creative act, and when approached intentionally, it becomes a way to process emotions, uncover hidden truths, and foster healing. In my book, Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading, I explore how various forms of writing, like literary journaling, poetry, letter writing, and narrative therapy can help us navigate life's challenges and reconnect with ourselves. So grab your favorite notebook and let's explore how you can incorporate scriptotherapy into your life. So what is scriptotherapy? Let's start with the basics. Scriptotherapy, in essence, is the practice of using writing to process emotions, work through challenges, and foster healing. The act of writing externalizes thoughts and feelings, giving us a sense of clarity and control. What's remarkable about scriptotherapy is its accessibility. You don't need fancy tools and you don't need to be a writer. All you need is a pen, paper, and a willingness to explore. In my book, Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading, I describe how scriptotherapy works across various forms, each tailored to different needs. Today, we'll explore 4 key approaches: literary journaling, poetry writing, letter writing, and narrative therapy. Each of these offers a unique path to healing and self-discovery. As a bibliotherapist, I often encourage my clients to book journal or literary journal, keeping a journal of all the books that you've read and the impact they've had on you. Journaling is one of the best ways to connect with ourselves, reflect on our emotions and thoughts, and gain some clarity amidst the day-to-day stresses and strains of life. It brings a sense of calm and helps us make sense of our world and ourselves. Book journaling, or literary journaling in particular, is a profound way to connect with ourselves. Through the characters we encounter, the imaginative experiences we immerse ourselves in, and the emotions they bring up for us, as we vicariously live the books we read. So how do you start? There are lots of ways to skin a cat, and the same is true for literary journaling. The process that I've found the most effective for my clients and myself personally is a 3-step process. Firstly, select literature that you truly connect with. This could be something I'm currently reading, or something that I've read in the past that has really moved me. This could be a book that I've enjoyed listening to, or a book that's thrown me into an obsessive phase where I'm truly invested in finding out more about the subject, the author, or the characters. Second, highlight, journal, and reflect on passages. I start to highlight passages that I've loved. I jot these down and write down how they've made me feel and possible reasons for why the text resonated with me. Once I do this, I might sleep on my thoughts and emotions and come back to them the next day or in a few days to see if I still feel the same way. If I do, then this might be something that I need to explore further. Perhaps similar literature might be the answer, or a conversation with a friend or family member about it might lead to more prompts. Alternatively, discussing it in a therapy session or a bibliotherapy session might enable further insight. If, however, I feel differently from my initial thoughts, I ask myself, what's changed? Have I reached a resolution? What does this tell me about myself? Have I learnt a lesson? Do I need to consider exploring a new avenue, or do I move on from this? And the last stage is consolidation. Often consolidating the reflections, thoughts, and feelings brings a conclusion that's often forgotten in journaling practice. This is a significant part of this process. It brings together themes, emotions, research, and lessons learned that have both consciously and unconsciously shaped you. It brings your story together. Give it a go and message me and let me know how you get on. The next approach I have is poetry writing. Poetry is an artistic, yet deeply therapeutic form of expression. When words fail us in traditional prose, poetry steps in to articulate emotions we didn't even know we had. For instance, free verse poetry allows you to write without rules or structure, focusing instead on the rhythm of your feelings. Here's an exercise to try. Choose a powerful word or phrase that resonates with you, and then build a poem around that word, letting your emotions guide the imagery and flow. Poetry writing taps into the heart of our experiences. And as I explain in my book, it's a way to reclaim your voice and find meaning in life's complexities. The third approach I have is letter writing. Letter writing is another powerful tool in scriptotherapy. Whether you're writing to someone else, yourself, or even a fictional figure, letters can help you articulate unresolved emotions. For example, write a letter to a character you've connected with. Then write a letter back to yourself from the perspective of the character, offering advice, compassion, or encouragement for the challenge that you are facing. This is one of the exercises I share in my book, Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading. This act of writing allows you to release emotions that may be holding you back, but also enable what I call theory of mind, the ability to view things from another person's perspective and step away from ourselves, effectively allowing us to shift our mindset and reframe the problem or issue at hand, inviting new ways of looking at the issue and solving it. The last approach I want to talk about is narrative therapy. This approach involves rewriting your personal story to better understand and reframe your experiences. Think of your life as a narrative. How do you tell your story? Are you the hero, the victim, or the bystander? Narrative therapy encourages you to take control of your story and view challenges through a new lens. Here's an exercise to try. Write about a difficult experience you've had, focusing on what you've learned or how it's shaped you. Reimagine the story with yourself as the protagonist. Overcoming obstacles with courage and resilience. In my book, Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading, I emphasize the power of storytelling as a way to reclaim agency and build a sense of purpose. Now, let's understand why Scriptotherapy works. The answer lies in its ability to connect the mind and the body. Writing helps us process emotions that might otherwise remain locked up. It slows us down, giving us the time and space to reflect. Studies show that expressive writing reduces stress, improves mental health, and even boosts physical well-being. But beyond the science, there's something deeply human about the act of writing. It's a conversation with ourselves, one that brings clarity, understanding, and healing. Scriptotherapy is about progress, not perfection. Whether your words are poetic or messy, what matters is the act of writing itself. You're showing up for yourself, and that's powerful. Scriptotherapy is an invitation to heal through words, and it's a gift you can give yourself anytime, anywhere. Whether it's through literary journaling, poetry writing, letter writing, or narrative therapy, there's a method that can resonate with you. If you're interested in exploring these practices further, my book, Bibliotherapy, The Healing Power of Reading, is filled with exercises, prompts, and insights to guide you on your journey. I'd love to hear about your experiences with Scriptotherapy. Have you tried any of these techniques, or do you have a favorite writing practice? Connect with me on Instagram at booktherapy_by_Bijal, or send me an email at bijal@booktherapy.io. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Bibliotherapy with Bijal Shah. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from the healing power of writing. Until next time, happy writing, happy reading, and take care. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you'd like to sign up to our online courses or try a personalized book prescription or bibliotherapy session, you can do so following the links in the show notes. And as always, I love hearing from listeners, so don't hesitate to drop me an email at bijal@booktherapy.io.